Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with another War Commander video. This is on the new Thorium bases 1, 2, and 3. I have not found a 4 or a 5, and I don't think they exist. The 3 replaces the 6, and the 1 replaces the 4, and then there is a level 2 base, which replaces basically the old level 5 bases. So there are no more 1, 2, or 3 bases like the old bases at all as far as payout. Um, Now there is only 1, 2, and 3, which is essentially what the 4, 5, and 6 payouts were. They did away with the 5s a long time ago, and it took them quite a while. And so what they've done is taken event bases and turned them into thorium bases. Um, I don't actually remember this particular, the number 1 base as being an event base. This is kind of um, it is an event base, but they've turned it into an island. It is not an island. And in the event, you were allowed to use ground. So they've got some weird mechanic here where it's not an island, but you cannot use ground. Okay. I wouldn't recommend this number 1 base, which is like a level 5 or something ridiculous. I wouldn't recommend anybody doing this base for 2 reasons. The number 2 has a much greater payout and is probably much easier because you can use ground. Um, Unless you just want to release your um, Prometheus and just let it do its job, you might have to do it 2 or 3 times. But these buggies do shoot Prometheus, so you can see I have my forest hiding behind my Prometheus. My Prometheus is a little bit tougher. I wouldn't want to know what those buggies could do to my forest. My forest is old technology, so it's really not that great. The new units just one shot all the old units, so that's why I'm protecting my forest. Forest isn't a terribly long time of repair, like probably 30 minutes or something like that, but um, you know, you don't want to take any damage. So those buggies actually are very powerful against air, and as long as you're moving, they cannot shoot you. But if you stop, they're shooting so fast they're going to get a shot in. So kind of try to protect even your Prometheus from um, even like the ground forces and things like that. Now the turrets really are not going to cause much damage to Prometheus. You don't have to worry about the turrets. I'm not worried about these flak turrets or whatever they're called, um, heavy flaks. They're not going to do much damage to the Prometheus, but the units will. So basically, the the days of gathering thorium um, easily or on auto are gone. Um, I really don't get it, because this is a little bit overkill for this to be a level one, the level 1 base, the lowest level base, because the lower levels are not going to be able to do this base. There's not a chance. Uh, if you do not have Prometheus, which lower levels do not, and even if they have Prometheus, they don't have the workshop for Prometheus, and they don't have the the level 11 for they don't have the elite parts, and so therefore the the Prometheus is useless unless it's elite. It's completely useless. And that base right there, the number one base, will kill your Albert Ross in about 2 seconds. And and the lower levels don't even have Albert Ross. So what are they going to do that base with? Who knows? Kixeye is not thinking here about the low levels at all. So here's the level 2 base. Definitely easier. Now, if you do the number 2 base, go ahead and put on shock. You need shock because you got too much stuff moving here, but everything is shockable. Notice how I have the Prometheus there, kind of helping me out, but he is taking some shots. He's tough though. I mean, he's got, I can't remember what it is, like 48 million health or something like that. So it's not going to do too much damage to him. Remember to keep moving and stay out of the, I call it thorium lava. I don't know what it is. It just seems like there's a thorium volcano exploding, and these are the lava things coming out of the sky, landing every now and then. And these other things, these other rocket tanks are shooting like thorium lava or something. So anyway, it looks like lava if you've ever seen a lava flow. So anyway, this one is pretty easy. Now it's not easy for a low level though. Okay, this one is not an easy one for a low level. But if you have your Cosmortars um, to level 21, okay, if you get them to level 21, you can shoot air. And you need to shoot air here. Otherwise, you're going to have to use something else because there's helicopters and so forth. And that's another thing that I know that most low levels do not have their Cosmortars to level 21. Um, anyway, if it was me, I wouldn't put the number one and the number two thorium base so that the low levels can't get it. Because the low levels, there's no way they can do the number one base. No way. And it only pays out 15 million thorium. And 15 million thorium doesn't do anything anymore. Everything is 50 or 60 million, right? So you're not going to work all day long on those three bases to get one, to be able to build one tank. You're not going to do that because it takes too long. See, we have too many things to do, too many events. And just Kixeye is very, very bad at communication. They are very bad at what I would call promotion and PR. This is a not good for their game. I mean, the message that they're spreading is it's really bad PR. I think that certain gaming companies just don't get that PR is important because it's where you're going to get most of your players. Um, so, and where does most of that PR come from? Word of mouth and other players. Whoops, lost my platoon there. So I'm going to go ahead and number them. See, this is why the hotkeys come into play. When these ghosts are walking around and you're clicking on something to attack and you accidentally click a ghost, I'll tell you, sometimes you don't want these ghosts, okay? Sometimes these ghosts are causing you problems, and I'm talking about the grave digger ghosts, okay? As a matter of fact, on this base, you don't want the ghosts. The ghosts are drawing things, fire from things that I don't want. Now, the Prometheus foot soldiers, those are good, but because they have a much longer range. But the ghosts, they just run in randomly, and then the tanks are going to shoot them, and then those little what do you call them, mechanized infantry in the back are going to shoot. So I actually need to get rid of these blue ghosts because they are not helping me. See that purple cloud right there is caused by those blue ghosts. So time to get rid of the gravedigger. See, so for you guys, if you're a low level and you need to do this base, cosmortars by themselves are fine. So except you will need something to shoot the air if they're not level 21. So the only reason I know this is because I did an account takeover the other day, and this guy had level 20 cosmortars, and they weren't shooting air. And I went in and I looked at it, and I was looking at the workshop, and he had them workshopped, and I was like, what the hell is going on? These things do not shoot air. And then I looked at the bonuses that you get for different upgrades. Now be careful of those guys in the back, those mechanized infantry. Watch them. They have a very, very hard to see missile that comes out. It's a slow missile, and you can run away from it, but you have to completely get off the map because if it shoots at you, even if you go far, far, far away, it'll still hit you, and that will do maybe half damage on your cosmortars. So do not get shot by that missile. It's very slow and it's also easy to get away from if you. I've only seen it once or twice, but when I did see it, it ended up shooting me and it caused damage to to my cosmortars. So be careful of the mechanized infantry. Um, Maybe mine are max level, so they have enough range. So watch your range if you do not have them at max range, and if you don't have the workshop that gives extra range and so forth. To be honest, I don't even know if there is workshop on the Cosmortars that gives extra range. I'd have to go look at it. But so I mean, these are not quick and easy bases. These are like serious. Look at this one, dude. This is a big base. This is like a major. This was an event base. This was the what was this event base? I did 100 of these bases. This was the number two commander base on like one of the recent events. This was the number two commander base. So this base is not a joke. Okay. Yeah, I remember this base. Not a joke at all. So this is a and Kixeye has never had the thorium like it was an event base. Never was it like a serious, you know, challenge to get thorium. Except right at the beginning of the game, they used to have this deal where they would drop the thorium bases for like 30 minutes twice a day. And then as soon as they would drop, everyone would fight over them. And it caused a lot of war. And then no one could ever get any thorium. But back then, you would only get 1,000,000 thorium for each base. And now this one, you're going to get 100 million. You should get 100 million for this base. 50 million for the number two. 15 million for the number one. And this one should be 100 million. Oh man, I think I'm already full on thorium. I should have gotten rid of some thorium because I'm going to waste thorium here. Now the helicopters, will shoot you also with a very slow bullet. Um, so you can get away from those. You can get away from those bullets. So just try not to get hit. Huh? That should have taken out uh, that floater that I hit. It should have taken out that um, Kronos turret, but it didn't. Okay, I got stuck there. I lost my platoon, and so I was just sitting there. So I took a little damage. That was my mistake. Um, I was moving something else and kind of just lost the platoon. Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't lose your platoon. So I think, yeah, he shot. Okay, see that purple thorium um, lava there? That's the helicopter. They shoot this very slow missile. Now that thorium puddle, I don't believe it hurts cannons, and I'm not sure if it hurts um, cosmortars, but I know the cannons have enough of a flat damage reduction where they can drive through it. But if you're getting that plus something else, you're getting shot by something else. I would say as long as you have your shock on, the tanks aren't going to pose much of a problem. And like I said, the turrets don't cause much of a problem anymore. Um, if you have the Gravedigger for these buggies, the Cosmortars don't really shoot the buggies. They shoot around the buggies. At least the Gravedigger is going to hit. Um, and then I saw that this mechanized infantry guy is coming out. That guy is bad news. Okay, stay away from the mechanized infantry guy. Um, I I'm surprised that he came. Look how aggressive he is. He is way way back of the base, and he is coming out. I'm glad I saw him because he would have caused some damage if I did not see him. The purple cloud there is because of my ghosts, but I wanted to use the ghosts. It's not because of my ghosts. It's because the ghosts are being shot and the tanks are causing that purple cloud. But I wanted to. Boy, this mechanized infantry is causing me a problem, man. Um, hmm. But yeah, that's why I got rid of the. That's why I got rid of the Gravedigger right there because the the tanks were shooting at the ghosts and creating that purple cloud. That purple cloud will cause you a lot of damage. Okay, I got to this purple mechanized infantry is a bit of a problem. I'm not really sure. He's moving too fast. If they're stationary, like they were on the number two base, they're not too bad, but you do not want that guy shooting at you. And the problem with him is you can't see his missile. It's so tiny and it's purple, but it's just like a little speck, and you don't really see it. And then the next thing you know, you're taking all kinds of damage. So be careful of the mechanized infantry guys. Listen, as big as this base is, and as long as it's taking, it might be better to do two number two bases rather than this because the number two bases go pretty quickly, and it's also unlikely that you're going to take any damage on the number two base because everybody seems to be locked down. Like the mechanized infantry guys aren't coming out. The buggies aren't that big of a deal as long as you keep moving. Um, And if you do have the Prometheus, it doesn't matter if you've got. I don't know what just happened there. Did I click end attack by accident? Is that base like a very, very short base? That's impossible. There's no way that they expect you to do that. If that's a 7 minute base, I didn't look at that. I may have accidentally clicked end attack, or that base is a super short base. That's difficult to finish that big of a base in 7 minutes. I mean, this is my first try, so um, I'll get it down, but um, if this is a 7 minute base, I'm going to be surprised. At least they do give you, multiple turns at this. I was worried I lost the whole base, so at least they haven't changed that part. Yeah, that railgun has extra range, so he got me. Um, hmm. So I can use the Prometheus to come in and take out the railgun and take out the Overwatch. Well, the Overwatch is gone now. The Prometheus really does help. I mean, I think that if you wanted to, you could deploy your Prometheus and walk away, and then do that 2 or 3 times, and you would have this base. That would be one way of doing it if you didn't want to spend time on it. I'm going to actually try it because, I mean, I don't want to farm thorium. I really don't. I probably have a couple billion thorium on my base. I save it. It's a little trick to saving it. You build some units that don't take thorium and that take a long time to build, and you build like enough so that you've got like 8 or 9 days worth of building going on, and then behind it you build thorium or instant build units, thorium units, and then I was thinking about coming in with my Prometheus, but he's too slow on the retreat. And if one of those mechanized infantry shot me, it would be too much. So I'm not. I was going to go in there and get that Kronos turret, but it's not important. I'm not going to use my Prometheus for that. It's too close to those mechanized infantry guys, and they will come after you. So I also think that the Prometheus is a relatively short repair unit. I haven't lost him, but I have gotten some damage on him, and it's been very minor repair. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know, man. Kickside does one thing good and then another thing. Did somebody shoot me? How did I get? Huh. I didn't recognize that I had. Somebody must have shot me. I didn't see somebody shoot me, but that's too much damage. Maybe that a missile from one of those because they had the mechanized infantry have splash damage, so maybe they shot one of my um, one of my foot soldiers and it splashed me or something because I only thought one or two of my guys got hit by a railgun. I didn't think I got everybody like that. Everybody looks like they're hit. Anyway, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look like it's very major. See, I hit that floater and then the Kronos went out. That's the way it's supposed to work. But on that other Kronos, I hit the floater and it didn't take out the Kronos at all. It hardly did any damage to it. So Sometimes that'll work, sometimes it won't. And these railguns have too much range, so they're gonna get you. I could have come around the other side, cleared out the air, and then used the Prometheus to take out the railgun, but that's not a big deal. It should be free repair. Yeah, that thorium's totally wasted. I'm full on I'm full on thorium at my base, and so I'll show you here in just a second how I save thorium. Yeah, everybody got splash damage from something. I don't know what it was. I didn't see myself getting shot, so but somebody got splash damage on me, so that should have been a like an instant repair base. I don't know where the damage came from. I wasn't paying attention. Couple seconds there. Couple minutes. 4 minutes. 5 minutes and some change. So that's free repair. But so see, I'm full on thorium. I wasted it. But I'll show you real quick how I save my thorium. Because I literally have billions of thorium on base. Like a lot, like billions. You can save it in the air, which I have here. I've got it saved in the air. And you can save it in the ground. Um, Either the infantry or the vehicles, but that's how I do it. I just made 4 caretakers, and that took up 200 million, and now it's in storage. So, all right, guys. Hope that was helpful. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news, but the era of easy thorium is gone.